Keeping venomous reptiles is an unforgiving hobby, requiring proper training and lots of experience. One simple mistake can be the difference between life and death. Remember, the most venomous snake in the world is the one that just bit you. There are no venomous snakes with training wheels. Just because you see Viperkeeper handle snakes a certain way does not mean you should try it too.
While we were working and cleaning the Ekis, the two chow hounds came forward to make an appearance. These are horned puff adders, Bitis quadalis, a female and a male, and they're always looking for a feed. They're relatively easygoing. They're quite adorable little snakes. Certainly not adorable enough to want to free handle them. They would give you a nasty nip, would certainly cause some local tissue damage, and maybe a good idea to check into a hospital for at least several hours to see what sort of damage to your blood and blood components was done. These have cytotoxic and hemorrhagic components in their venom. Lots of snake venom metalloproteases, which cause all that bad damage. She's very interested in the camera.
On focus.
Yeah, that's the problem. I'm not going to put my finger there to get it to focus.
Why not?
There is no specific antivenom for this snake, and you know, because antivenom carries risks, doctors don't like to experiment without real scientific data to
No, you can't climb on top of the camera either.
to work with. You know, they are reluctant to give South African polyvalent for a bite for one of these because we know from experience that there's really not a whole lot of efficacy there, and it may be exposing you to a potential dangerous serum reaction and have no effect or little effect on the venom. Would you like to maybe have a drink of water? You know I'm going to stick this in your face. Huh? No? You decided to come up. Huh? You want a little drink of water? Huh? No.
Now she's offended.
Yes. No food. I don't want water. I want food, dude. I'll get my water from the food. Hi.
She is drinking now.
Hi. You want it right from the tap? Well, you know, it's hard to hit a moving target. There we go. It's like air-to-air refueling, like it's a fighter jet, and this is the KC-135 refueling aircraft. You got to get the spigot in the hole on the aircraft, depending on the situation. There you go. You can give you a little water this way. I use these laboratory wash bottles for just this purpose, simply because I can usually control the water flow to the snake, and my hand is safe for the most part unless it's a big snake. Keeps me out of harm's way. Lori will tell you, when I'm working with a snake like this, my eyes do not move from the snake, no matter what happens in the room, because we've had occasions where I have looked away and almost have ended up on the pointy end of the snake. So when we're working, we always focus on the animal, and we don't take our eyes away from it. There. Now you've got everything all wet, ready for something to eat later. You can see she's a little ticked off because she's flattened out a little bit. So let's close this up and let's visit with the male and see if he would like a drink. And this is what I'm talking about, you know, not having water bowls in the cage, is we would, hi dude, you want to come up here? Huh? Or are you going to be a fraidy cat and hide back there, huh? Huh? Would you like a little spritz? Alright, look. Come on forward on your own. This way I don't have to touch you with the hook and offend you. Thank you. A little cooperation once in a while is very, very good. Here you go. Thirsty? You are thirsty. Look, I'm holding it as still as I possibly can, dude. Seeing if you water them this way, you get a minimum amount of wetness in the cage, and after they're done you can even stir it up and disperse the water so it evaporates quickly. A lot of times I'll just take the spray bottle and mist down the walls of the cage, but when I have time I'll give them a direct drink like this if they're interested. Water is a rare commodity in South Africa where these are from. Is that tasty, huh? We'll get things all lubricated and wet inside. And this way, when I feed you later, you've got some water to work with. Now I will probably not breed these because the females have a very bad habit of making a meal out of the male, and these are rare and very expensive commodities in the venomous pet trade, and I am not going to have him end up as a meal. And the other big problem is that when you breed them, the female gives birth to these very, very tiny toxic threads, and those threads are very difficult to find food small enough for them to eat. One would think crickets or mealworms, but that's what they don't normally feed on that in the wild, and they're very hesitant, and it's difficult to get them to feed on that. So you end up, you know, force feeding them with a cannula till they get some size, and you know that's a couple times a week, you know, for months, and you're exposing yourself to a bite every time you have to restrain a snake and you know, cannula feed it. So this is, you know, not only a big commitment of time and effort, it's also somewhat dangerous. So, oh, that was lip smacking good, wasn't it, dude? Huh? All right, so that's all with our visit with the Vitis squadalis for the day. We'll let them settle down and they'll get fed a little later today. It's your lucky day, dude. Behave yourself. There you go. Come on. Take your goodie back in there and take the schmutz off the glass. While you have your mouth full, I think I will tap the clean rack.
Even smeared poop on it, like like a cobra.
I'm trying to not go too close to the edge there. You'd be surprised on how fast they can get that out of their mouth and over here. So if I want to.
Well, I remember that time Psycho regurgitated one that was almost completely down because he wanted his mouth free to bite me.
Yeah, Psycho was non-venomous. It was a Transpecos rat snake that was leucistic.
And he had a very foul temper. You've lost all your beautiful markings.
You did. Now that's his second. Normally he doesn't get a second, but as I was just explaining to Lori, I have a bunch of these extra smalls that are sort of left over. Let's see if I can help him out here. No, I don't want your help. I'll eat the substrate. There you go. No, you thought I was taking his mouse. So you can see one lump and the other lump is there in his throat.
Working its way down.
Yep. He's got goo on his head.
Yep. Looks like he's got a booger coming out of his nose.
He's not gonna like it, but let's see if I can just. Of course, he doesn't like being washed down or getting water. There you go. Oh, we're having a drink too, huh? All right. No, that's all. But I'll be nice and I'll give you a drink if you want. As long as you behave yourself and don't go for the fingers. Is that okay, huh? Not too bad. You car wash too. These little European viperid species are really nice, but they're difficult to come by and not in very many collections over here. They're small and easy to care for and won't generally kill you in nasty ways, although they do have some peptides in their venom to cause a rapid drop in blood pressure. But it's not, as long as you go horizontal, your blood pressure should recover in a minute or two, and from there you can decide what you need to do. It's not like, you know, one of the bothrops across the way that'll drop you in your tracks and won't kill you, but will certainly drop you to your knees or on your backside. All right, well, let's let him push his food down and find a comfortable position to digest it away. Now, of course, he would eat until he exploded, but we're not going to do that to him.